Okay, so Bat Studios, this is your feedback on evaluation question 1. So you've got the title here, but it doesn't look like it's the whole thing. So there seems to be something up here where I can't quite read it because that is strange. I'm not sure why. I can't see the very top of the post. It seems to be that this. So I'd sort that out because you've got the words up here. Look like they're going off the page a little bit, so you'll need to address that because that's not the whole question. Okay, so the brief of the first question, again, what we should have here is an introduction. So if we're talking about two types of convention, we are talking predominantly about, firstly, genre, and then secondly, we're talking about the structural conventions. Now, at the moment, I'm scamming through, and the word genre is appearing here as a subgenre, but we don't have anything about the structural conventions. Secondly, if you look at the level 4 examples that you've had made available to you, you'll notice that when they open in their evaluation, they define what conventions are. They follow it up with a mood board. In fact, here they have several mood boards, and these have come from their research and planning. So the concern at the moment is we don't really have an introduction that kind of does the right job. You've got some form of introduction, but I should have things like you could bring in the fact that why are they important as a producer for you to understand what the conventions are. And the answer to that would obviously be they allow you to understand what the audience expectations are and to meet those expectations. And the second part of the question, of course, is about, which you just saw then as a glimpse, is about using or challenging conventions. So remember, you could hear what Steve Neal said, that concept that it is a genre is about repetition and difference. You're repeating the conventions that people are familiar with so they feel comfortable and you meet their expectations, but you are also trying to change things a little bit and develop the genre on, because otherwise it becomes stale and predictable. So as that's a theory we've been using quite a lot this year, it should obviously be included in your introduction for this. Okay, so this is your stuff. Not sure why that's there, there's nothing written about it there. Okay, so we've got transitions, and you've done a kind of compilation here of these transitions, which is nice to see. That's good, so we've talked about 20 seconds, very good, yep. Okay, that's interesting, so we've got a good side-by-side, and you've used them here. And you've evaluated it there as well, which is good. That's exactly the process of what we're aiming for then. Okay, we've got fast cuts. So what we've got here is a little video edited about fast cuts, so that's good, well done. You've made some effort there into actually showing me what I wanted to see, which is not the whole thing, just where you've showed it. A few words you could mention here is montage, which I'm just scanning and not seeing, so that's important. Okay, multiple texture shots, very good. So you've evaluated it as well, that's excellent. Colour correction, same sort of thing. You've shown me exactly where you've colour corrected. Very nice. Good, yeah, that's lovely. So again, you talked about the success of that. You could also talk about the semiotics of that. You know, it's washed out, it's kind of emotionless, it's cold. That makes it more threatening and detached. Okay, very nice. You talked about establishing shots. Yeah, so what you want to do is elaborate here about the idea of what, you know, this tells the audience where it's set. It makes it very familiar that this is a haunted house kind of movie. So there's a few extra things to add in there. This is lovely. You've got a lot of stuff here about shot, reverse shot, over the shoulder shots. Very good. And again, we've got side by side consistently. Very good, Ben. This is a good piece of work. Okay, as we go through, we're talking about the standard titles that you would have coming up. Yep, okay. Black gradient didn't fit properly. Okay, one thing you might want to talk about is have you actually used the correct title slates? So, you know, where they come up, for example, are they done in the kind of correct way, in the correct order? Because this one seems to have more, I think. I'm flicking through. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe I'm just making that up. No, actually seems to be about the same. Okay, one thing you could talk about, for example, is, you know, is your title as clear? Because it's slightly bigger, but theirs is massive, isn't it? Because it's they've kind of changed. See what I mean? That's black, and then that's got the grey background from their poster, which you don't have. So that's something you should want to be added in, maybe. Okay, so we've got side by sides with the poster. Again, be careful of having it over the black like that. I should really be able to click on all of these and make them big so I can see them better. But this is nice, the side by side, I like that. Good, just spinning through. Yep, you follow these conventions. Very good. You'll need to mention about building blocks and why they're important, remember. It's a kind of legal, institutional convention that you have to have on there, because again, it's your copyright stamp. Okay, looking through side by side. I'm not sure what that is. Yep, so that's saying we used, it's the convention. Yep, okay. There isn't an evaluation though. I mean, for example, that's behind the head, whereas that's behind his head, but I can see that, and I couldn't see that very clearly. So, you know, we need to be evaluating this, otherwise I can't really give you the proficient because there is no consideration of whether you've used it or developed it or not. Okay, we've got sound on here, good. Yeah. And what would be nice to put here is a selection of magazines that you've looked at as influences. Again, that's not been done. Same thing we could have here with a selection of trailers that are your influences on the film. And again, you've done that multiple times across the work. It's a shame that it's not on there at the moment. Okay, good. So colours. This is nice. So you've talked about using them. Yep. Okay, good. Same thing here. You've talked about that. There's quite a lot. Okay, that's good. So you've started to overlap with what Tara's doing here. So Tara will need to take her stuff off. It's quite confusing at the moment. Okay, this is all Tara's. Right, okay. Okay, so there's a lot of double up is what I would say at the moment. I think, Ben, you would obviously need to now cover the poster because you've done a bit on the magazine. I think you're working towards a strong, highly proficient work here. These things are taking you towards the A. If you can clean this up, get the introduction done and tidy it up a little bit, I think we could move you into the A kind of category for that. So well done, Ben, and thank you very much.